upcoming elections. On Friday, at least 2 persons in the West African country died and 20 were injured during clashes between supporters of the ruling Coalition for Democratic Change Party and the opposition Unity Party. These casualties occurred in the Foya district, while there have also been outbreaks of violence in the Nimba, Montserrado, and Grand Cape Mount counties ahead of next Tuesday's general elections. Now, the OHCHR also condemned the use of language which could amount to hate speech. Now, joining us to discuss this further, I have with me Martin K.N. Kollie. Thank you so much, Martin, for joining us.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to join you. From SI, it is always a pleasure. Permit me to extend my greetings to the peace-loving people of Liberia.
It's a pleasure to have you join us as well. Martin Kollie is an exiled Liberian activist. Now, Martin, how well would you say the people are preparing for the coming elections, despite the killing of 3 people in clashes between supporters of the 2 main political parties as of last week?
The people are upbeat about change. It's been 6 years under Mr. George Weah, and the people still remain hopeless as a result of leadership bankruptcy. So I can tell you for a fact that over 2 million voters are prepared to move to the polls and vote Mr. Weah out because he has miserably failed. The people are more than prepared to chart their own course, to decide their own political future and socio-economic destiny. That I can say for a fact.
Okay, according to the World Bank, Martins, around half of Liberians actually live on less than $1.90 a day. With this, do you think that the president, George Weah, stands a chance come the 10th of October when he faces 19 rivals in the presidential election?
It is important to state unequivocally clear that President Weah does not have any chance to re-election. And the facts are very clear. More to that, because there have been several reports, just besides the report you just referenced. The World Bank again released another report, specifically in 2020-2021, relative to economic migration. The survey was conducted in 190 countries. The findings from that survey are very scary. Liberia, 70% of Liberian youth want to migrate because of 2 major factors. Number 1, extreme hardship. Number 2, joblessness, unemployment. So if you look at Liberia under George Manuel Weah, it is unfortunate that he even became president. When President Weah came to power, he made a lot of promises. For example, he promised to provide 1 million jobs for the young people. Where are the 1 million jobs? President Weah promised to build coastal highway connecting various county capital cities. He also failed. And I just want to reference another report since we are discussing the World Bank's report. A leading firm, research firm in Africa, Afrobarometer, released a report about whether the country is moving in the wrong direction. 8 over 10 said the country is moving in the wrong direction. This means 80% of Liberians disapprove of President Weah's leadership because he has miserably failed. This is a president who cares less about fighting corruption. He has lost the war against corruption. He has lost the war against poverty. He has lost the war against drugs. Let me just indicate on this platform that Liberia lost a 100 million worth of drug case simply because the president and other top brass are linked. His chief of protocol imported drugs to the country recently, and she's still serving in that position. Liberian youth are being destroyed as a result of push. So too many factors will allow Liberians to vote against President Weah. Too many factors, especially the issue of drugs, the issue of corruption, the issue of inequality. A lot of Liberians have fallen below the line of poverty. According to the same World Bank, over 526,000 Liberians fell below the line of poverty under President Weah. That was specifically in 2021. So the objective conditions are very clear. And the Liberian people are resolved to vote Mr. Weah out. They are going to vote him out.
All right, Martin. Looking at the people, I mean, the opposition that he's going to be facing. I mean, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's former vice president Joseph Boakai, who served from 2006 to 2018, is one of the rivals, a businessman and party leader Alexander Cummins, and of course, human rights lawyer Taiwan Gonglu are also rivals. Now, who among these front runners do you think is most likely to give Weah a run for his money?
Joseph Boakai is poised to become the next president of Liberia. The people are crystal clear. The masses are resolved to elect Mr. Joseph Boakai because of his impeccable public service record. He has served in government for 40 years plus, and never a day has he been accused of corruption. Never a day has he been accused of stealing the people's money, like Mr. Weah and his cronies. If you look at Liberia today, our international image is plagued as a result of an immature national leadership. Mr. Weah is the worst president of our country since 1847. This guy has no plan, no agenda, no vision, no concrete strategy to deliver our people from poverty. The Liberian people are living like slaves under Mr. Weah. This is the hard reality, and the people want to rescue themselves. The people want to liberate themselves. They will liberate themselves on October 10th. And the pathway to that liberation is Joseph Boakai. Go and look at his policy. Mr. Weah does not have any policy, no manifesto, no plan. Mr. Boakai has presented a policy to and start, arrest, agriculture, road, education, sanitation, and tourism. That is his plan. Mr. Weah does not have plan. Even before his ascendancy to the presidency in 2017, 2018, he did not present any plan. He did not present any plan. The Liberian people were duped. They were hoodwinked as a result of populist rhetoric, simply because he played football. He came on the back of playing football to the presidency. He chose to abuse power. He chose to abuse our people. Look at what is happening in the country today. 4 auditors got killed. 3 children gone missing. To date, there is no justice. There is no accountability. Mr. Weah himself has been involved into most of these scandals. He has undermined the integrity of the justice system. He has undermined the integrity of anti-graft institutions like the LACC, the GSC, the IAA, and other anti-graft institutions.
All right, Mr. Martin Kollie, thank you so much for joining us to discuss Liberia's politics. Apologies, we can't take it any further from here. Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.